Okay.
Amazing. We're recording?
Yeah, it's
rolling.
live.
Okay guys, welcome to the Vancouver Real Estate vlog. I'm Amera.
I'm Wilfred. Welcome back.
Today we are talking about another Vancouver market housing update. Recently, we got the statistics from the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver.
The latest ones.
Yeah, we're excited to break these down for you guys. We're going to talk about the facts. We're also going to talk about the function of these facts and the factors that are influencing our market right now. So just kind of trying to break things down into more bite-sized pieces. But first, we are going to get into some of the meat of things, some of the facts that we did pick up from this update here.
So yeah, let's talk about the detached. The sales for September, like the previous month, was 525, and this month it's 575. The benchmark price, which is the average price for a typical home, essentially there's a lot that goes into that number. It's not the average price, it's not the median price, it's a benchmark price. It's calculated by the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver. For the previous month of September 2022, it was 1.906, and for this month it's 1.892, and the average days on the market for September was 38, and for October it is 35. So that's for detached home in Greater Vancouver. What about townhouses, Amera?
So townhouses saw the biggest change. Over last month, we were looking at a sale of 274 homes, and comparatively in this month, we saw 333. So that's actually just over a 20% increase in the sales for homes within the townhome spectrum there.
That's a lot.
It's quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's exciting for sellers, and it means that a lot of buyers are interested in purchasing in townhomes. So benchmark pricing, there actually wasn't as big of a fluctuation. We saw the benchmark price go from 1.0489 last month over to 1.0438 this month. So small change in there. And then for the average days on market, we were sitting at 31 last month, and this month we were sitting at only 23. So again, there was quite a substantial change in the days on market, and that is reflected in the sales that we saw. So do you want to talk a little bit about the apartment, kind of condo side of things as well?
Yeah, so for the apartments, we have last month, September 2022, we had 888 sales, and in October, 995. So there is an increase for the demand there. And the benchmark price was 728,000. And for October, it was 727. So very, very close. The average days on the market in September was 30 days. And for October, 28. So it's pretty equal. The only difference is that there was an increase in the amount of sales. That being said, now what do those numbers mean? Let's talk about it. What did you see in your day-to-day, and like what are some of the things that are affecting the market, Amera?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of influences on the market right now. So we're noticing immigration's impacting the market. We have tons of people that are coming into our city, and that is creating a much higher housing need, especially over the next few years. I know 2025 is kind of the goal right now federally of when we want to start seeing 500,000 immigrants come in per year. And we actually are pretty close to that for this year. We've almost hit that number already.
Yeah.
So I think it just goes to show that Vancouver housing is just going to continue to go up. And that the need for supply here is going to continue to rise. And we're also seeing that reflected during our recent elections. So we saw our new mayor, Ken, get elected, and he is actually aiming to increase, or actually rather decrease the time frame, increase the amount of opportunities for developers here. So right now, approvals take quite a while. And maybe you can speak a little bit.
Sometimes.
Yeah, so up to 6 years. And
and essentially the new mayor, as you probably know, was elected in October, wants to cut that in 1 or less than a year. Let's see how that's gonna play out. But essentially that's the plan. And to touch briefly also on immigration, last year in BC we had 100,000 roughly immigrants come to BC, and 400,000 in Canada. So about 25% are coming here in BC, in beautiful BC, of course. And so what that means is we have, for example, close to 1,000 active listing, we have 100,000 immigrants. So people need to stay somewhere, right? So that's why the mayor wants to expedite this process. Is that going to be quick enough? Regardless, I think, only time will tell. So that being said, in terms of the sales to active ratio, do you want to touch on that quickly, Amera?
Yeah, so sales to active ratio, just to give you guys an idea of what this means, is it talks about new homes coming onto the market. And so that would be your active, and then it talks about the homes sold. So homes sold could be from the new homes as well as from old, but in terms of the active portion of it, it's only talking about new homes brought onto the market. So this is a very niche concept. It's not going to holistically explain the market for you, and that's why you always want to do a deep dive into things, talk to professionals in the industry. So whether that's a real estate agent you trust, you're obviously welcome to reach out to us as well. We're always happy to help. And mortgage brokers as well can help you with this, understanding the market and kind of talking more about your personal situation. So with that in mind, this sales to active listing ratio, we're going to go through some of the numbers for you and just kind of break down what it's reflecting in this one here. So looking at last month in condos, we saw it was in a seller's market. So seller's market is going to be anything over 20%. And so we were at 21% in condos, and then this month we sat at 23%. Last month for townhomes, we were looking at 18%, and then this month we rose up to 22%. And then in single family detached, we were actually sitting just on the borderline of hitting into a buyer's market at 12%. So just again to clarify, anything 12%, below 12% is going to be sitting in a buyer's market. So single family detached was at 12, but we did see it rise up to 14 this past month here. So we had a 2% increase in the sales to active listing ratio for the single family detached home, which could speak to it getting back into a seller's market with them, but I think it will take a bit of time since it's harder for people to get approved right now.
Yeah, so overall at 19.3%, if we combine all property types, like Amera mentioned, it is going towards the seller's market territory. Again, it is, it's based on The Economist that, they predicted that if a sales to active ratio goes past 20% for extended period of time, we are technically in a seller's market. If it's below 12%, then we're technically in a buyer's market. So that being said, we haven't reached to the buyer's market for a long time. We were close to it in September, and then we went back up close to the 20%. So now the question is, what's going to happen? And for ourselves, what we're seeing is like the entry-level homes are selling, and there's still multiple offers, not as crazy as the beginning of the year. And I think that's like the main thing. The detached homes, the townhouses are just starting to pick up. Again, it depends on their specific location, but overall, that's what is going on at the moment. Yeah, well, and I think single family detached homes is a great opportunity right now, depending on your situation, just because, like we mentioned, we're borderline that buyer's market by sitting at 14% right now, 12% last month, and it's looking like it's continuing to creep up. And then with all of the immigration that we're having in the country, we will notice a higher demand for those single family detached homes. So there's so much we could talk about, but just something to kind of touch on is the opportunity there. As well as, in the condos for people who are coming over on their own, and even just for our residents right now. I know the renters market has increased significantly. We have so much demand for housing. Yeah.
I think, the last thing that I want to touch on is the opportunities right now with people going back to work from their COVID time. So a lot of people were working from home during COVID, and a lot still are, but we're noticing a lot of people heading back to the office and kind of being called back in. And I think that's why we're seeing this very strong interest as well in the downtown market, in addition to the value that it already held, is a lot of people work centrally downtown Vancouver and the more rural areas. We're noticing the prices are also fluctuating again because you have a lot of people selling who maybe purchased in those more kind of far out neighborhoods.
Yeah, for example, some of the cities that took the biggest hit, and by biggest hit I mean like decreased the most on the benchmark price, Pitt Meadows, Maple Ridge, Langley, Surrey, because those cities increased the most during COVID. But then, like you said, Amera, people going back towards the center of Greater Vancouver, which is downtown, Burnaby, and Coquitlam is still going strong, I would say. But Coquitlam is one of those areas that is highly developing and is an emerging cities. Lots and lots going on there. But we can talk about it for hours and hours. So we'll keep this short. Was there anything else that you wanted to add, Amera?
I think we touched on so much with you guys already. And again, it just comes down to niche. So contact us if you're interested in a specific market, and we're happy to help you with that. But this is just a quick snapshot and overview of what's going on right now.
So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Also, please comment below with your favorite neighborhood in Vancouver. We'd love to hear what neighborhoods you guys are interested in learning more about as well. So, all right.
All right, see you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.